Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. This is Happy English Podcast, episode 511, Using Drag. Hey guys, it's Michael here from Happy English, and I'm back with another podcast English lesson. It's really hot and muggy here in the Big Apple. We call this weather the dog days of summer. We use the dog days of summer to mean hot, sultry, humid weather. But did you know? This phrase, the dog days of summer, comes from Old Greek and Roman astrology. It seems that during the month of August, the sun is in the same part of the sky as the star named Sirius, which happens to be the brightest star we can see. That star is in the constellation called Canis Major, or in English, the Greater Dog. The ancient Romans believed that in addition to the hot summer sun, this star from the Greater Dog also gave off heat. Stick with me, guys. You can learn a lot here. Well, I hope my astrology lesson wasn't a drag. A drag. The other day, one of my students asked me about the word drag. It got me thinking that we have a number of different ways that we can use drag. As a verb, as a noun, and even with idioms and phrasal verbs. So, let's check it out. We use drag to talk about pulling something along the ground. When something is too big or heavy to carry, you can move it by pulling it along the ground. In other words, you can drag it. For example, the wheels on Jane's suitcase broke, so she dragged it across the airport floor. The old file cabinet is too heavy to lift, so we need to drag it out of the office. I dragged the mattress up the stairs and put it in the closet. In a similar way, and using a similar image, we can use drag when you bring someone to a place that they really don't want to go to. Here are some examples. My wife drags me to the shopping mall every weekend. Jane dragged her boyfriend to go to brunch on Sunday. There is no way you're going to drag me to that game. I'm not interested in sports. You can even use drag this way to talk about yourself. It's really hard to drag myself out of bed on Monday mornings. I have a toothache and I'm going to have to drag myself to the dentist office. In the computer world, we use drag to talk about moving an icon or a file across the computer screen with the mouse. For example, if you don't want that document, just drag it to the trash bin. You can use a right-click on the mouse to drag something across your desktop. Next, when time or events go by too slowly, we can say that they drag or drag on. Here are some examples. It was a rainy day and the coffee shop was really slow, so the day really dragged for the workers. The boss's speech dragged on for over an hour. It's only 1 p.m.? Wow, this day is really dragging. In a similar way, when someone intentionally takes too long to do something, we can say that they drag it out or drag something out. For example, the construction company is dragging the job out just to make more money. You need to study for that exam now, so don't drag it out. Jack always drags out any job that he doesn't like doing. We can also use drag as a noun. When something is a drag, It is a boring or tiresome thing. Here are some examples. Going to the motor vehicle office is a drag. Our weekly meetings have become a drag. I think we should do them once a month. I like to cook, but washing dishes is a drag. And finally, we have the idiom to drag your feet. When someone drags their feet, it means they take too much time or do something too slowly. For example, I asked the boss for some vacation time and he's dragging his feet about the answer. The government is dragging their feet about the new sales tax reduction. I think the bank is dragging their feet about my loan application. I'm going to try a different bank. Well, that's our English lesson for today. I hope it wasn't a drag. If you want to read the examples in this lesson or get word-for-word transcripts of the Happy English podcast, just visit myhappyenglish.com and check lesson 511. Thanks for studying, and I'll see you next time at Happy English. Catch you later.
This podcast is brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.